All right, we're moving right along in Unit 5. So this section is going to be identifying proportional relationships. So this is Unit 5, so make sure you put that here so that you can keep track of where you are at. This is Unit 5.3. So our learning intention is to determine whether two quantities are in a proportional relationship. So you will know you're successful when you determine whether ratios form a proportion. You can explain how to determine whether quantities are proportional, and you can distinguish between proportional and non-proportional situations. So we got some key terms for you. This first one is proportion. So a proportion is an equation that states that two ratios are equivalent. We are very familiar with this word at this point. So equivalent ratios. If I have 2 to 3 and 4 to 6, I know that they are equivalent because if I times 2 by 2, I'd get 4. And if I times 3 by 2, I would get 6. So to write it as a proportion, we're going to write it as a fraction. So 2 to 3 would become 2/3, and 4 to 6 would become 4/6. So I'll say 2/3 is equal to 4/6. Okay, so our next one is cross products. So the product formed by multiplying the numerator of one ratio by the denominator of the other ratio and vice versa. So here's my problem. I had 2/3 is equal to 4/6. I'm going to multiply this numerator by this denominator and this numerator by this denominator. So I have 2 and 6, so 2 times 6 equals 12. And then 3 times 4 and 3 times 4 equals 12. So by using cross products, I multiplied these across, and then I was able to see, oh, they are proportional because they are the same number. Okay, so our last one here is proportional, means pretty much the same thing as proportion. Relationships between two variables where their ratios are equivalent. Okay, and on the bottom here, proportions work like equivalent fractions. So here is 5/15 is equal to 10/30. So let's flip over our page. Here is some work for you to work through. We'll do this one together. So here I have our 72/84 and 6/7 proportional. So I'm going to use cross products, and I'm going to do 72 times 7, and then I'm going to do 84 times 6. So 72 times 7 is 504, and 84 times 6 is also 504. So yes, these two are proportional because I used cross products to figure it out. So you're going to do the same thing I did here over here. So 6 to 9 and 12 to 18, written as 6/9 equals 12/18. You're going to tell me, are they proportional? Are they not? So use cross products to figure out these three. Same similar concept here. You're going to tell whether X and Y are proportional. So I gave an example up at the top. So I'm going to do cross products with these ones, and then I'm going to keep doing cross products until I get all the way through. And I'm going to see, do they line up? This is a 4 if you can't see that. So 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. So far, these are proportional. 2 times 6 is 12. 4 times 3 is 12, still proportional. 6 times 4 is 24. 3 times 8 is 24. So yes, this is proportional. X and Y are proportional. You're going to try it here. Let's look at this one. 1 times 8 is 8. 7 times 2 is 14. Well, I can tell you already, I don't even have to move on any further. I know 8 and 14 are not the same, so they are not proportional, but let's just look further just in case. So I have 8 times 3, which is, you should know this fact, and then 2 times 9, which is, you should know that one as well. Tell me, are they equivalent? Do the same thing here with this problem. So I have 2 more problems for you at the bottom of this page. You're going to tell whether the rates form a proportion. So if I have 7 inches in 9 hours and 42 inches in 54 hours. So how would I know if this is proportional? Well, I'll show you how to write this one first. So 7 inches in 9 hours could look like a ratio like this. 42 inches in 54 hours could look like this. So I'm going to rewrite them as 7/9 is equal to 42/54. And now I can use my cross products to determine if these are proportional. So you'll do that same thing with this problem and this problem, and let me know if they are proportional.